Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, what a weekend. I've been to London and I came back and it's been hell of a weekend traveling with the coronavirus and having to self-isolate. And basically, I just realized that to move to London right now, I need to prepare a little bit better with my apartment and mentally and with my work and everything. So I came back to prepare better and get back in. Guys, we all have our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, and well, if we are serious about them, we need to be ready for things not working out from the first attempt, not everything to be perfect and just going smoothly. But if something is really important, we need to figure out how to make it work. And for me, certain things are important, like changing our food system and moving to London right now. And yeah, they might not be perfect from the very first attempt, but I'm the kind of person who sticks with it and make it through no matter what, even though sometimes it might require a little bit more dedication, a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, a little bit more energy, self-belief, self-confidence, changing, our approach. Isn't it about everything in life, guys? Like this Monday, think about it. What is really important and meaningful to you? And you might have tried already reaching this goal or working on the dream of yours, and maybe it didn't work out, but maybe, just maybe, guys, you need to try again, but better and with more persistence, with more energy, with more dedication, and just trying things and failing and trying again till it gets done. The same as our health, with our fitness, with our weight loss. If it didn't work out once or many times, it doesn't mean that it's not possible. It just means we need to try something different and maybe better. So that's your motivational pep talk for this Monday and the week ahead. So our London trip is going to be on in a couple of weeks. Now I have to actually test for coronavirus, and then after that, after the results come in, figure out when exactly it's possible for me to travel, depending on the results, of course. But that being said, let's get back to our food, to weight loss, to health, to nutrition. Today, we are talking about a couple of my secrets when it comes to cooking and eating, and how it allows me to effortlessly stay on top of my healthy eating and not be hungry for junk and sweets, and not give in to temptations, and also not to eat too many calories even from healthy foods. Because guys, if you are losing weight, for example, or you want to be in a really amazing shape, like staying super lean with six-pack, it's not easy, guys. It's not going to be ever easy for anyone unless a person really incapable of storing fat. There are some people like that, but most of us are not like that. And so for me, for example, staying super lean in this really amazing shape, it means that I must be really careful about not overeating on anything, just basically keeping myself in maintenance. And when it comes to calories, even from healthy foods, even things like nuts and seeds, like you cannot eat unlimited. You're not going to get unhealthy, but you're not going to stay in your best shape ever eating tons of nuts. That's just one example from my personal life, because I do love nuts and can eat like a couple of pounds in one sitting, no problem. The point is, guys, you need to have a plan. And the plan that's going to work for life is the one that you can maintain effortlessly no matter where you are. Like, for example, my recent trip to London, I didn't really feel like cooking a lot, or the kitchen wasn't that amazing either. So what I did to help me not to start eating all the, sweets and cookies that Brits love so much. So what kept me on track was just following my simple rules, keeping my intermittent fasting, not adding any oils or extra foods to my meals, and just sticking to my plate rule. A lot of vegetables. What I did, I got a couple of bell peppers, I got avocados, I got mushrooms, whatever I didn't have to cook. I got eggs, I got canned sardines and canned tuna, and that's basically it. That's what I had, and fruit, and that's what I had in London. So I fasted my usual hours for 20 hours, and then I had my fruit, and then I had boiled eggs and some canned sardines and tuna with some avocados, mushrooms, and bell peppers, and that was it. And I felt really full, and I didn't feel like eating all of the stuff that was around. And it has nothing to do with willpower, guys. It just has to do with the habit that I developed, my lean practice. My intermittent fasting, fruit first, wait for half an hour, then eat a lot of veggies, a lot of fiber, a lot of stuff that has a lot of value. And then protein and fat, boiled eggs, there was fat, and there was sardines with fat, and actually that was in olive oil. And anyhow, keeping my routine, that would help me to stay on track. And even at the airport, Heathrow Airport, I was kind of hungry and I didn't feel like fasting. So I decided to get the easiest thing that was available. On the day of my flying, I just decided to go vegan, and I ate fruit that was selling around, and I ate nuts and seeds without salt, without anything added. And that kept me full through the whole journey. 2 flights, actually, 3.5 hours. So the point is, again, having routines that help us to stay easily on track with our nutrition, no matter where we are. That's what's gonna keep your weight and your health in good condition, guys. And you need to develop those routines that you do without thinking, that do not require complexity, no matter where in the world you are. Because the more stress we have, the more things are kind of like chaotic around us. So, we're in this chaos. The more difficult it is to maintain practices that require too much mental work. So we need to develop simple practices. And back to my cooking secrets that allow me to stay lean no matter where I am and no matter how much chaos I have around me. Number 1, my lean cooking. Whenever I'm staying in my leanest shape, one thing I never do, I don't cook with added oils and fats. So some people think, I used to be one of those people. Actually, my parents were those people too before I told them otherwise. So one simple piece of advice: you don't have to use oils, any sorts of oils, to cook. In fact, you don't ever need to do so, and you can still add oils at the end of your cooking if you want to. But hear me out. My point is, you don't have to use oils for cooking, and that will save so many unnecessary calories, guys. If you are someone who is actively right now trying to lose weight or maintain your leanest shape, use water. So what I do, I put a little bit of water to cover the bottom of my pan in which I cook. I put water and I start cooking there. And basically what happens on medium heat, I don't ever use high heat, but basically what happens, this water at the bottom, it evaporates and it creates this kind of like steaming environment without having to steam your food. And it cooks perfectly without any oils, any butters, anything. And you don't take in those additional 100, 400 calories sometimes. It's very easy to, cover the bottom of your pan with all these oils, cooking it. A lot of oil will be absorbed in food and you won't be able to remove it, but it will pack on a couple of hundreds, or usually about 300, 400 calories more in your food. And that makes losing weight a little bit more complicated. 300-400 calories, that's a lot for the body. And you didn't have to, again, do this. You could just cook with water. So again, putting water instead of any sorts of oil or butter on your pan, that's a real hack, guys. A lot of people think, how do I cook and don't add additional calories? So that's one of the methods. I taught this to my mom, who thought, because the way she grew up and because of the way her mom cooked, that she had to use oils. But as she learned from me, she didn't have to. And actually, she lost quite a lot of weight simply and easily just because of that. And using a few of my other tricks. So you can cook with water, guys. Just put some water, put everything in there, and it's going to be kind of like this steaming effect. And if you do want to add a little bit of oil, like olive oil for the flavor, then do it at the end. You can get your measuring spoon and add 1 tablespoon of your favorite oil for your dish, and add additional healthy fats and additional flavors. And plus, when it comes to olive oil, you're going to preserve all the antioxidants in that oil when you don't cook it. So cook with water. This is number 1. Number 2, we actually got to that. Use measuring spoons and other measuring devices to make sure you are exactly eating as much as you think you are eating. Eyeballing is not perfect. Now, sometimes it works, of course, and especially when it comes to vegetables and protein rich foods, whole foods. Like, it doesn't really matter whether you eat 200 grams of broccoli or 250 grams of broccoli. For broccoli, that just doesn't matter. The same with protein-rich foods. Protein-rich foods, they require a lot of energy to digest. And if that food, again, is protein-rich, whether you eat like 200 grams of mussels or meat or 250 grams, it doesn't matter that much, guys. But when it comes to fat and oils, almost 100% of them go into absorbable calories, meaning that your body gets all of it. When it comes to protein and veggies, the fibers, muscle fibers or plant fibers, they do not allow to absorb 100 calories. That's why it's much, plus they add much more satiety. You feel fuller eating foods with different fibers because they add volume, whereas things like oils, they do not add much volume at all, and that's why it's so easy to overeat on them. And again, plus all the calories are going to be absorbed and going to be usable for our body. So the point is, eyeballing can be not great for things like oils or nuts and seeds, things that are easy to overeat. What else? Any kind of dairy products also, things like cheese, for example, really hard to eyeball. So if you decide to eat 40 grams of cheese, I highly recommend to get one of those really affordable kitchen scales where you can actually weigh in your food and be a little bit more precise with measuring those things that might, again, pack up a lot of calories. So, for example, using measuring spoons for your oils and butters when you decide to use them. It's also a much better way to know exactly how much, the exact amount of that specific food that is so high in calories. And again, things like olive oil, they're not bad. But if you're trying to lose weight and you are eyeballing, and instead of 100 calories, you eat 200 calories in every meal, that just might be a problem for your weight loss journey. So my hack number 2, I always use measuring spoons cups and food scales when I need to measure more exactly those foods that are super high in absorbable calories without different kinds of fibers. So measuring stuff, not eyeballing it. It's my secret number 2. But whenever I travel, guys, I just try to get things that are already measured. Like, for example, canned tuna or canned sardines. So packaged foods are great for that. They are already measured, and so you don't have to eyeball anything. So if you buy, for example, a single packet of almonds and it says 30 grams on the pack, so it is 30 grams. You know that. You don't have to eyeball it, right? So you can buy single serving packages while traveling to do all the measuring for you for those highly caloric foods that also you might tend to overeat, like nuts, for example, for me. So measure stuff. Number 3, what allows me to stay on track of my, food intake, my satiety, how full I feel, how many calories I consume every single meal. And so I'm not overeating easily, no matter where I am and how many tempting food choices are around me. So guys, veggies, I have this rule that veggies by volume is the biggest food group on my plate, and veggies are always eaten first. So whenever I start my meal, I eat my veggies first, or I eat them together with protein-rich foods. But those veggies, they always come first. And they are the biggest volume group in my food. So what does it mean? It means that by volume, the biggest amount of food you eat, that food is veggies. So the most on your plate, what is, occupy the most space on your plate, it's veggies, guys. So that's a simple rule. Or just simply eating a big portion of veggies before every of your meals. And some people think it's kind of silly, how is it going to help me to lose weight, right? Just by eating veggies, I can eat my cookies after. Well, you'd think that, but actually when you eat a whole big bowl of veggies first, and then you eat your protein-rich foods, meat, fish, chicken, and then you decide whether you want dessert or not. Believe it or not, guys, you'll be eating dessert much, much less often because you're just going to be so full. Just be really, really generous with your veggies, and you'll be surprised how much less tempted you're going to feel to be snacking or eating any sorts of dessert. So have this rule. Anytime you get hungry and you thinking, or maybe I should go for this cookie or that chocolate piece, or maybe that protein bar, or that, a little bit of ice cream, or whatever that might be, or maybe that another snack. Anytime you think that, tell yourself, okay, I can eat whatever I want to eat, but before that, I need to eat a big bowl of veggies, portion of protein, and then I can snack on my cookie. If you follow this rule, guys, you believe me, those cookies, those snack items that kind of accumulate, those, cookie, some protein or not protein bar that might contain still a lot of sugar, even though it might say on the pack that it's fitness, it still can have a lot of sugar. But guys, if you follow this rule, veggies first, you'll have more satiety. You will feel fuller throughout your day. You'll feel like your stomach will be just full, and you won't be thinking about other foods, because when your stomach is full, there are receptors that actually tell your brain that you are full, you aren't hungry, and you won't be getting after that snack. There's just going to be a lot of stuff in your stomach, and your brain knows that. And that's why you're going to be much, much less hungry for anything, period. Not just for any, cookies or snacks. That's really my hack, guys. After my meals, I eat so much vegetables. Like usually, because I don't eat often, it's like maybe 1.5 meals, maybe 2 meals, but that's it. But I'm able to do that without snacks because I'm just so full. I eat like 500, 600 grams of vegetables, sometimes even 800 total with all the like onions and other cooking items. And then I eat protein-rich foods, like a lot of it too, 300, 400 grams. And then I'm just full till like for the rest of the day until next afternoon. But I'm not full of some foods that packs a lot of calories. No, I'm actually full of fiber that by the time your body digests it will leave very few absorbable calories compared to things like pasta or rice that do keep us full, but also keep us packing on those calories. And that's about it, guys. Those few rules keep my cooking and eating lean, no matter where I go, whether there's kitchen or not, where I travel, in what part of the world I am. And I don't count any calories doing that. Like I haven't counted anything during my travel, and most days I don't. And I'm still able to lose weight, to maintain weight really easily. So those are a few of my secrets that I'd like you to try out, guys. So first, cook with water, not with oils. And if you do decide to add some oil, what do? We use measuring spoons, and in general we use food scales. We aren't eyeballing it because that can screw our weight loss journey up if we eyeballing things like, I don't know, cheese or nuts or oils that are easy to overeat and they do contain a lot of absorbable calories. So instead of oil, we use water. We measure things. And then eating veggies and then your protein-rich foods every time you get hungry first. This is the rule. Gonna help you to stay full and lean and eat less crap. So those are my secrets for you guys to practice this week and let me know how it goes. A couple of announcements, guys. First, and the most important, keep working on your dream, even if you failed quite a few times. So just do it better, do it more, practice it more. Don't give up on what's important for you. So keep going. That's number one. Number two, guys, November 1st, in just a couple of weeks, I'm starting a school, Fit and Healthy Body School. We're going to have Zoom classes every week. I'm going to give you my personalized advice on your nutrition. By the way, it's $200, or if it's euros or Great Britain pounds, it's going to be equivalent for 9 weeks total. So November, December, and we are even covering the week during the holidays because that's the most difficult time. And if we master this time, Christmas and New Year, and we get through it, not packing on a lot of pounds, we need support through this time. All of us, it's like the most challenging time. So it's going to be covering even that. And again, my personalized analysis of your nutrition, my personalized advice, our group classes. We're going to be talking about shopping and cooking and all these tricks and hacks similar to what we talk about today. But also we're going to talk about mental stuff, how to not overeat in different situations and not be tempted to overeat, and how to talk about our weight loss, for example, with our relatives or loved ones, or how to cook maybe for the whole family if you are cooking for the whole household and still want to lose weight. We're gonna talk about different diets and different nutrients we need to eat during these, challenging times like COVID-19, and all the nutrients of concern that can screw up your metabolism and your hormones. So there's going to be so much of it. 9 weeks. We're going to have classes every week, Zoom classes, and then we're going to have our chat room, probably WhatsApp application, and you're going to have assignments. and you're gonna get personalized advice from me, and it's really affordable. Again, just $200 for 9 weeks. That's a steal, guys, and I will deliver. So that's gonna transform your life. And what's important, it's gonna transform your habits for life, so that now you really practice, you master these habits, and then for the rest of your life, you don't have to worry about weight or health. Again, not, the kind of health that might be compromised by lifestyle choices. You're going to develop your own strong routine to help you to stay healthy and lean for many, many years in front of you. So please sign up. The amount of people I can take on with this kind of personalized approach is very limited. Time is limited. So please do sign up as soon as you know that it's for you, it's something you want to do. Please do share it with people who might need it. It's one of those things that I don't do often, taking on a lot of people for group coaching, because it's very demanding on my time and energy and everything. But I'd really love to do that with you. So if you feel like this is something you want to do, or people who want to do this, please do share it. I would really appreciate it. If you could share it to help more people. Together we can help more people. And again, join and let's do it. And this was the last assignment, guys. Don't forget about our hacks today that we talked about. Oils, measuring stuff with spoon scales and measuring cups, and then eating veggies and protein first. And guys, come and join my school that starts on November 1st. It's Sunday, and we're gonna have our first class on Sunday. So no matter where in the world you are, please reach out, please join. I'm gonna have a couple of separate groups to accommodate different time zones. And guys, today, get after your dream. Until next time, as usual, eat better daily.